9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find. Find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow.
Superstar. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing this, Thursday? Is it Thursday now? Friday, holy moly, Friday. Gosh, days just go by so quickly. Today's winner is Ray True Colors 333. Today, she was a winner by far from what I saw. So she's on it. Hey Aurora, Sin, Superstar. Hey Stephanie and Daily. Hey Jessica. So nothing too exciting to report. Just was talking to Fred about Summer Wells and stuff, of course. And I was made aware by him oh my gosh, she's really on it. Look what she already posted. You're lucky that I even put your name in the title, Crystal. Like, seriously. And I put your link in the description. Because you're just careless, you know? At this point, I don't know. Here we go. Should we watch her live? If it is misinformation, Ziggy, why can't Fred talk to me to clear it up? I was planning on talking about Fred and Andy's interview, though. Because why would Fred need to clear up what something that I'm pointing out is misinformation that's not even really about Fred, for one. For two, there's a lot of people that's been trying to get Fred on their panel. Don't you think that he would be on my panel before yours? You're quite entitled. I'm just saying. But at least I have seen, seem to suspect pretty much like, well, I want to say everybody, but that's not true. If you're just a little bit nice to Crystal, she'll all of a sudden believe you and be your buddy. And so, and I was talking to Fred about and I don't know where you get this stuff, Crystal. So if Jody Sue is the BLM thing, does that mean she is against fanning like Fred because his son ran the anti-pro? Fred is not against fanning. Crystal, he is not against fanning. Where do you get this stuff? Because his son ran the anti-protesters parade in Kingsport. I'm married to a black man saying this. I hope you all know that. Oh, fanning is related to people in both hollers. Isn't he Fred the snitch? He doesn't fucking know. He doesn't know that guy, Crystal. God. Maybe, why is Fred a snitch, though? Why do you say he's a snitch? That's what I don't understand. Because he's helped with the Summer Wells case? Are you calling him a snitch because he recorded people the day that Summer went missing for law enforcement? I guess that's what you're talking about. It's kind of weird that you're attacking him for trying to help find out what happened to Summer Wells. He is not related to Redmond. He is related. Who is he? Who is he, Crystal? I don't know who he is. Related to Redmond. He is related to Fred. First of all, I know everybody who is related. I did his family tree. Who are you talking about related to Redmond? Who is she talking about? He's not related to Redmond. He's related to Fred. You mean John Smith? John Smith is not related to Fred by blood. John Smith is Polly's brother. He's related to Fred by marriage, if that's who you're talking about. I can't think of who you're talking about, Crystal. John Smith is Polly's brother. Polly is Andy's mother. He lives on Ben Hill Road, along over there down where the bones were found. Hold on, I'm checking. Yes, SJ, I did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was waiting to see you. Thank you so much for helping out. I really appreciate it. I told Fred also. I joined and my wrench isn't showing up. No, yeah. Fred just said me and John are kin. Yeah, in a way, because of, because it's Andy's mother's brother. She's seriously going to sit here and tell me who is related to Fred and who's not? Like, really, Crystal? I'm married to him. Like, I'm trying to hide who Fred is related to. I did his whole family tree, and it's really easy to, find stuff like that out. The next one, though, is the one I wanted to really focus on. Oh my God, Ziggy. David Britt does not have a right to coma. Stop it. Fred, you need to stop. You know these people. Why are you just naming people? He is mad because Britt didn't snitch like him. He has a baby he is raising who is Summer's real best friend. Fucking stop it. Oh, wow. First of all, why are you getting on Fred for something I say? And I've never said that David Britt has a red Tacoma. Where the hell do you fucking get this shit? I said that David Britt absolutely. Did I say he absolutely has a red Tacoma? I think I maybe remembered asking if he did, asking Fred if he did. But just because I ask, it doesn't mean that. I don't know. You're just really dramatic. He is mad. What did Britt not snitch on, and what did Fred snitch on? What did Britt not snitch about, Crystal? Like, really? He has a baby he is raising. Are you sure he's really raising this kid? Crystal, do you know what you're fucking talking about? Who is Summer's real best friend? Gosh, you know everything. Everybody else doesn't know who Summer's real best friend is, but you do. So you're saying David Britt's son is Summer's real best friend, and that are you sure that David Britt's even raising this child? Are you talking about Crystal Spencer's child, who is 20, which I can't say much because, let's see, because of there was a big age difference between me and Jim, but Crystal Spencer is 37-ish. David Britt is 60-ish currently. They have a child. There's rumors about David Britt being involved with Crystal Spencer when she was a minor. There's a lot. Law enforcement has been very, very suspicious of David Britt surrounding the Summer Wells case. I would go, Opal, I would go and say that to Crystal. Nothing that I'm saying, I'm just responding. God, these people. But I agree. Always check you should look into this stuff yourself anyways. Like, you shouldn't believe anything you hear on YouTube. Double check this stuff. But I mean, Fred grew up in the area, so I'm going to have a little bit of an edge over Crystal crime conversations. I'm happy. Crystal is like Lisa Kay. So he has a baby he is raising. From what I've heard now, I don't know for 100% fact, but are you sure he is raising? Are you sure his brother's not raising this child or a family member? Because I'm pretty sure that he got a child taken away for drugs. You're leaving YouTube? I'm getting tons of information though here soon, and especially about David Britt. Because I know for a fact that law enforcement was very, very, very focused on him and were almost convinced he had something to do with Summer Wells' disappearance. My opinion. we just name people, Crystal. That's what we do. We just name like random people. We just, out of nowhere. Yeah, Crystal Spencer. She's never been mentioned before, right? I'm sure she's probably responding up here. So let's go look. I bet anything. She's probably responding. Is she making post? Well, I'll watch for your responses on your post because I'm not listening to your live. I don't, Crystal. Like, I don't understand why you're so. Speaking of just mentioning people, Dear Britt owned a white Chrysler and a blue Nissan car when Summer went missing. A white Chrysler. Like a HHR? No, I'm sure it's not a HHR. Who's Crystal? Crystal Spencer is the one that Dawn was sleeping with on the couch that Candace caught. She's, yeah. You guys don't, Crystal Spencer is the one that Dawn was messing with that Candace caught, remember? Here, I'll show Crystal Spencer so you guys get her. She has several Facebooks. Maybe if you see her, you guys will remember. And then, David Britt, which he has supposedly, it's rumored maybe I shouldn't say that until I know for absolute fact on that one. But let's see, who is this? Oh, is this him? Maybe this is, okay, so this might be an older. Oh, he does kind of look like David Dodson in kind of a way. That's what Fred was saying. In kind of a way. Is this him? You drive a blue Nissan? How is she going to put you on blast and talk about you? No, that's Chris. Okay, no. Okay, wait. I just realized that we're talking about two different crystals here. So I didn't realize, I wasn't paying attention. So we're talking about two different crystals. There's Crystal Spencer, and then there's Crystal's Crime Time. Crystal Spencer is the one that was caught messing with Dawn that before Summer went missing. Crystal Crime Time is the person on YouTube here who is convinced, I don't know, she just thinks that we purposely just put out wrong information. Like, no, it's not going to fly with me. What? It's not going to fly with you. Like,
I'm going to tell you guys something right now. David Britt's little boy is an amazing little boy. I have spoken to him. I have done an interview with him. Not him, but with David, and he was in the background. He told us how much he loved Summer and her brothers. If she even starts on them, I swear to fucking God. Hi, Opal.
If I start on them, well, you're gonna be in for a. I guess you're gonna be really upset then, Crystal, because I probably am gonna be starting on David and looking into David. And so is law enforcement, but as far as his son has, there's no reason really to mention his son. You mentioned that his son was Summer's best friend. Just because somebody is somebody's best friend, that their child is best friends, just like, for example, Journey, Marlena's child. So we can't look into Marlena because of her daughter being friends with Summer. That doesn't make that's not very logical, Crystal. Oh, let's talk about reading Direwolf's comment about Ziggy Tarot readings. So, see how her logic is? If she goes by emotions. Oh, if she even starts on them, I'm telling you, I've talked to him. Well, I've talked to Don Wells, too. And I've talked to Candace. Does that mean suddenly that they're good because you talk to them? Or I thought that Don, like I've told everybody before, he seemed like a nice guy. I've said that about Andy even. You can't tell a person, and you can't tell from those interactions, those short interactions, whether or not a person is involved or not. You just can't. You have to talk over many conversations and see if, just like anything else, takes time and putting puzzle pieces together, which doesn't live with David Britt any longer due to Summer's case. Yeah, it's what he said. David claims he lost his child. How did he lose his rights to the child, Crystal? Due to Summer's case. That's what he was telling people, that he lost his rights to his child because of the Summer Wells case. How the hell does that make sense? Sounds similar to the stuff that like Marlena Crawford talks about or says. she's more girly than Candace. What do you mean by Fred Hill? What do you mean since Summer's case, if you don't mind me asking? Since Summer's case. I don't know what you mean there. Yep, Siggy Hill. You're leaving you can't leave YouTube. Well, then if you leave, I get to leave, Daily. I'm going to put, it's all up. We're going to all blame it on Daily. If I leave YouTube, it's going to be Daily's fault. Because if she leaves, I'm leaving. Yeah, that's why I can't listen to what she's saying. It's how is she, like, I don't know. I just don't. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Fred, do you know what she's talking about? Can you respond to her if you know what she means? What do you mean since Summer's case? Since Summer's case. So I was looking back at his comments. I don't know what you mean. I don't see anything since. Oh my God. How did that happen, Daily? Through YouTube? Fred said Crystal isn't living anymore. Oh, no, not Crystal, the child. The child isn't living with David anymore since Summer Wells, because that's what David said. David Britt told Fred that because of Summer Wells, he lost custody of his child, is what, let me find that comment. Which doesn't live with David any longer due to Summer's case, is what David was telling Fred, is basically what. David uses dope too, I mean, which I don't care about. But he isn't, it's not like he's, I don't know why she's why is she sitting there able to throw anybody under the bus? Like, she doesn't care to talk about it. It doesn't matter who she talks about. But if we theorize about somebody, here she goes. She just goes, she just goes off the walls, like off the rails, like, oh my God, just like crazy. Does law enforcement really suspect Britt? Now, it wasn't Pruitt. We're talking about earlier on, Stephanie. There's more than one law enforcement. Pruitt wasn't around earlier on in Summer Wells' case. Like, when I'm talking about with law enforcement talking like that would have been before Pruitt was even around. From my understanding, right, Fred? And it wasn't Pruitt that was saying it. It was somebody else. It was Pruitt that's saying that he believes an animal got Summer, that's his belief. That's just Pruitt. That's one person. Law enforcement is not, even though they're supposed to be on the same page and stuff, they still are human and have their opinions. DCS has had a case with David Britt for a long time. Hey, Jam Jam. Yeah, I don't want to mention the name Stephanie right now, like specifically who was saying that, but I know which ones were saying it about David, and I'm not going to put them out there like that, so. If people want to believe me, they can believe me. If they don't, it's not that big a deal to me. It really isn't. Unless, I mean, that's not like, she's like, oh, if she's even going to start with him, I'm going to, well, I won't have anything to say about the guy unless I find anything on him. You know what I mean? That makes me even more suspicious. Or if, yeah, I mean, if there's no information or nothing to talk about, I'm not going to, really, there's not going to be any reason to talk about him. I mean, he might come up every once in a while. If she doesn't want me to respond, like, see, if she would have never made that post, David Britt wouldn't have even came up. But I'm responding to something that was sent to me. Well, actually, Fred sent it to me because he was like, you know, he gets a kick out of Crystal's post because they're so out there. He thinks it's funny, the stuff people say. Like, in the stuff where they say stuff, like he was showing me, like, cracking up about self-made mom. I don't know how old the short was. It was like, it could have been a couple years old. I don't know. But she was like impersonating Fred Hill on drugs and stuff. And Fred thought it was hilarious. That's a different David, Tennessee Titans. That's David Bays. And no, they're not dating. She took off with him, but it's found out that they're not supposed. We didn't know if she was. She took off with him, but it was, she just I guess just rode with him and somebody else. Got a ride from him. So yeah, as far as them being together like in a relationship, we don't think so. See, David Bays is way older too. Or a little bit older. Thanks. Who's Junior and Bobby you mentioned? Let's see. Who's Junior and Bobby? JR. Now, Fred's middle name is Junior. Fred Jr. Hill. His actual middle name is Junior. He's not a junior, but his middle name is Junior. And Bobby. Okay, well, there's a few Bobbies. I think there's a Bobby. Bobby Hayes? Is that the tattoo artist? Yeah, if I said that, I was wrong. Tennessee Titans, we thought it at the time. Because she took off with him, but it wasn't like that. I shouldn't have assumed that she was dating him. That was my bad. And then Brandon, she was not dating Brandon. No, she was just caught. She was just arrested with Brandon when she was arrested. Like when she was arrested, a few days after Fred was arrested for possession, she was with Brandon Clark, but they weren't actually together like in a relationship. They were in the same vehicle. Hey, Mama T. Well, sorry I had to subject you to that. You wasted however long, many minutes of your. Oh, okay. Fred said we talked about Bobby, the camper that burned. The camper that burned. The camper that burned. Bobby. The camper that burned. That's what Fred said in a message. The one that was that Bobby? The one that lost a child? I don't think I talked about that on here. I thought that was just a private conversation. Bobby, camper burned. Do you guys know what Fred's talking about? Now it's going to bug me. Yeah. You mean who did Laura date named Bobby? That's right. Okay. Laura did date somebody named Bobby for a short time. Yes. Or for, I don't know how long. I shouldn't say short time. I know she did date a guy named Bobby, but I don't know if it's been since Fred and her separated, but she used to. I don't know. I can't remember the guy's last name, but it's not really that important. Is there any place you can think of that Dawn and Candace may have put Summer in hiding places people don't know of? Even remember Dawn talk about fishing or camping spots, etc. What was it that... Oh, speaking of Dawn, Fred told me an interesting... recalled it. So every once in a while he'll remember something because he's always constantly trying to remember freaking what he could. It's constantly nonstop. Can't even sleep trying to think, what did he miss that day? What did he miss? So we were, what was it that, let's see, Dawn, a few days after Summer went missing, Fred told me that he came down there and he found it really weird. Fred did report this to law enforcement, by the way, the TBI. He went down there and because all of a sudden, for some reason, Dawn was coming around more. Because Dawn and Fred were not close, didn't talk, weren't buddies, didn't hang out. And then when Summer went missing, he couldn't get rid of the guy. It seemed like he constantly was wanting to see what Fred knew. I think it's because Fred saw Andy on the road that day, and I think when it got back to Dawn that Fred had seen Andy, that I think it freaked him out because it kind of... But anyways, I think Dawn just kept going down there to try to stay a step ahead. But for some reason, one weird thing he asked Fred for some odd reason, how could he go about finding out if somebody is into sex trafficking or something like that? How could he go about finding if somebody is involved in sex trafficking? Or how could he see if Summer was on the dark web or something like that? It was just odd to ask Fred that. Fred goes, I don't know. Maybe you should talk to TBI about your concerns. If you think that that's what happened to her, then you need to talk to law enforcement about it. Not me. You mean Jeremy or Everly? Jeremy Everly? I take it was Tennessee Titans. Everly. His last name's Everly. I don't know if his first name's Jeremy. But yeah, they stopped by after, but it wasn't after the scrapyard. It was after because they didn't make it to the scrapyard. I finally got the freaking timeline almost down. You guys, I'm only human. I can't remember all this shit, right? And I know it's my fault that I have got everybody confused about the scrapyard stuff. And when was this? When did Dawn? That was just a few days after Summer went missing, Marlena. She can see me because I am blocked by her, but I'm a mod. I think she can. Who are you talking about? Everybody say hello to Crazy Crystal. She is watching us right now, learning things, getting information. She is a super sleuth. Hey, I used to not really have a problem with Crystal. I used to like to watch her because when she was going after Jody Sue, because it was kind of funny. But then I started to realize how she's just one of those that you watch for entertainment, like not for actual factual information, because she's too ruled by her emotions. If she's mad at somebody or upset with somebody, suddenly, she's one of those that everything about them, is she just goes all in. If she's mad at you, next thing, just like with Fred. I mean, I don't know. It's just. How she went back and forth with Jody Sue, like how she was so hardcore, like suspicious of Jody Sue. She was more on point then than she is now. Ziggy Crystal speak. That's good because then she can hear what I'm saying, I guess. Oh, you mean about this question? Is that the question you're trying to get him to respond to? Marlena? He needs to focus on, Fred needs to focus on getting his ass up here, okay? Not, eventually, yes, like we'll get him on here, guys, but you guys are gonna have to be patient because I want to because there's too many freaking nut jobs on here who, for some reason, if you put, they take any information that we give and they use it as a way to know certain things and know where we are or know where he's at, and then they just try to call his probation officer, cause problems, like the whole thing with his sister going out there and to Kathy's, seeing the police out there and stuff like that. It's just ever since then, it kind of made me realize even more that and it's only going to be a few months. Hopefully, fingers crossed. It's only going to be a few months before he's here, guys. So once he's here, it will be much easier to. I understand we're in a time is of the essence and it's important because there's a child missing. But in 1 month, it will be 3 years. So. No places I haven't talked to. Yeah, there's not. No places that you haven't talked to TBI about. Yeah, it's probably all the ones that we've already, anything that, as far as that, like, I'm trying to think as far as like places where Fred told law enforcement. And Fred doesn't mean that rude, Marlena. He just means like all the places that he knows of that she could be, or that he thinks, because he knows that he does probably know that area better than anybody. Really, if not as good. I mean, so he has the law enforcement has asked him for areas that he thinks that she could have been put, possibly because of his knowledge of the area. Okay, good, Marlena. I didn't want you to take it that way, because he definitely doesn't mean it like rude. I know, right, Fred? Hopefully it will be solved today. It could be any second, any day, you know? Oh my gosh. It's going to be amazing. And I could tell everybody, I told you so. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. You guys know me. I won't throw, I told you so party. First important thing is to figure out what happened to Summer Wells. Oh, and that guy? That Jeremy Pell? Fred's not really sure about that guy, because he looks a lot like Ed Redman. Yes, we knew, Moonshine Girl, we talked about some of the information that you gave about who he was married to and stuff. And Fred knows who you're talking about. And he knows of a Jeremiah that she was married to, but he looked completely different than that guy. And it was a guy who was bald, scrawny. Why didn't that guy come out earlier on? Why is he coming out now? I don't know. Hey, Just Me. Fred said her husband has brain damage and his heart can't communicate very well. If you guys are thinking about the same person, I'm trying to remember the other things that Fred was telling me about. Yeah, think he said her name started with S. Nah, that's not. Sandy Mendenhall. Who's Sandy Mendenhall? He could be thinking of her kid's dad. She's my third cousin. Hey, Mama B. Have you met that guy, Moonshine Girl? Do you talk to that guy like on the regular, or do you just know of him? Then you are related to my son. They have the same dad. Then you're related to my son. They have the same dad. Oh, that's crazy, Moonshine Girl. Your family. You're related to Fred Hill. We're family, Moonshine Girl. Hey, boo. I know. That Logan L. that was in jail and knew something about Summer to the judge. They were in here, and you asked them to contact you. Never heard. Yeah, there was a Logan that was in chat, and I wondered if it was him that started coming around. But I did try to get a hold of that Logan guy, and I never heard back. I am gonna. That's what I was gonna do. Let's see. Oh my God. Hold on. That's weird. 1 second. So let me find this. Somebody just sent me this, but I want to see if I can find where she actually posted it. Can't believe I be 42 tomorrow. Candace Bly. Everyone does this, so I figure I try it. Cash at me if you want to. Hold on, I'm finding her profile on YouTube to. Why can't I find her? It's crazy that I can't like search Can Summer Wells or Candace Bly Summer Wells and be right at Candace's profile. That just shows how little she shares Summer's name. I can't find her profile. Did she take it down or something? There she is. Okay, found it. Can't believe I be 42 tomorrow. Everyone does this. Really? I didn't do it. I never have just put up that it's my birthday. Aww. Thank you, Rhonda, for the Cash App. That's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Fred said, oh, is this where you commented, Fred? Did she delete it? She must have deleted it. Fred said he commented that to tell us where Summer is and we might Cash App you. Until then, no. He said, you commented here on YouTube? Thank you, Rhonda. It was really sweet. Well, then she must have deleted it, Fred, because it's not there. Or maybe people are deleting it for her. So today's her birthday, huh? Because this was one day ago, and she's going to be 42 tomorrow, she said, so it should be today. Oh, on Facebook. Oh, she posted on Facebook too? Hmm. Oh, that's right. You couldn't. She has so many. That's right. I tried to find it earlier on Facebook and I couldn't find it. It didn't. Marlena responded, "No damn shame. You know what? I can't believe, Candace, that your precious daughter's been gone, just gone for 3 years next month, and you're talking about your stupid freaking birthday. F your birthday, B. Sorry, really not sorry." Somebody said, "Why are these people still free? Ellie in that county is corrupt as hell." And somebody said, "How about instead you tell us where Summer is?" Yes, I wish it was that easy just to strike somebody, and it's just not. It's not that easy for it to. It doesn't. The whole striking thing, most of the time, it doesn't even freaking work. So it's like a huge waste of time. Pretty girls walk like this, 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 this. All the pretty girls walk like this, 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 this. Yeah, I want to know why Crystal can put on her community wall why she thinks why is Fred a snitch? How come she can just go and put shit out carelessly about Fred, but she worries when anybody like little thing is said? I love Bushi. I love watching the little TikToks of that song. You never sent me that Mexican rice recipe, Marlena. Yeah, it's like pointless to even try striking people. Seriously. If it was that easy, Six Up Media and Circle Jerks would have been gone a long fucking time ago. Especially Six Up, because she's been going a year longer than them. Year and a half longer than so I've dealt with way worse than freaking Crystal Crime Time. If she wanted, I mean, are you wanting to confront her on my panel? Like, if you want to, that's fine. I just won't. I just don't want. I personally don't want to talk to her because it's pointless, and I know she's just like putting out shit just for content. She doesn't know what she's talking about. David Britt is going to be Crystal's new husband. Uh-oh, you better not say that. She's already made it very clear she's married, Fred. She is a taken woman. So, Ziggy, how are you doing today? It says, "Wise old lady." Oh, I'm doing all right. Probably about to go mow the grass if it hasn't rained. I do need to, I'll probably go do that right after. That rice is really good, Marlena. That looks really good. She sent me a picture of her their Mexican rice. ICU, Ziggy won't let me. She keeps me on a leash because, I can get out of control. No, I'll let you. You just have to always catch me. You have to catch me at the right time. Right now, if you want to. Also, she would have to. Of course, she wants it over on her channel, though, And I just don't care enough to really even go over on her channel. I just happened to want to address the one thing that she had posted, and I'm so tired of these fucking gnats, dude. Chicken and dumplings. Hey, lean on me. Okay, Marlene, it's fine. It's getting ready to rain. Well, I guess, I can drop the link and I can see if Crystal wants to, if Crystal grabs it. And I'll let everybody know it's just for you and Crystal. Wow, hospice? I know, Ron or Jam. I'll come back. I'll be like, okay, I'll be back. You guys handle this. I'm gonna go mow my lawn. I'll be back in an hour. For Daisy's meatball and funnel cakes. Does she really make those? The funnel cake things? That's crazy, Boo. That is scary. No, GM is really she's good. She's really quick. Fist-sized meatballs. What the hell? I won't do it on her channel because she would be able to kick me off. I'm not stupid. I want her where she can't get away. I want to talk to her where she can't get away. Okay. I'll drop it in chat. And if she shows up, I'll let you know, and then you grab it, okay? Don't leave me freaking hanging with her up here. I'll freaking drop her ass before I bring her on panel if you don't show up. I just don't. I might respond to a few things, but if she's going to get all, like, crazy and stuff. But there's the link if she wants to grab it, if she's still watching. If she comes, I'll be right there, or should I go up first? It's up to you. The link's there, Jam, but you don't really have to do it either if you don't feel like it. You can show her crazy. Isn't she blocked? She can still grab a link. She can still grab a link. She's watching my live from yesterday. What is that, Marlena? That picture you sent, what is that? Like some kind of a... Jam wants to, yes, Jam is inviting Crystal up for a friendly chat, and I keep dropping the link, so just in case, you know. Somebody will go tell her. I know they will. So, I mean, I know she probably already knows. Mexican meatball soup. Albondigas. Albondigas? Her name of her channel is... I just searched Crystal Crime Time, and for some reason she changed it to Crystal's Crime Conversations. I don't know why, but... Let me see.
Her rat in the...
Oh, they're listening to Fred's interview. Well, I'm not a boss. I mean, I went over there, and she knows, guys. She knows there's been an invitation, but they're telling me to come over there. I'm not coming over there. She's been trying to get me on panel for a while now. If she wants to, she can come here. This is the opportunity. The people in the chat saying I'm not any boss or whatever. No, but she's the one that's been trying to get me on panel. So she's been acting like she really wants to do this. So here's the opportunity. You know? Piss pad. She said to go on her. She doesn't want to go on people's panels. I'm not going on her. It was Jam that wanted to talk to her for one. It wasn't me. So I'm not going to her panel. And Jam knows that she'll just knock her off panel because she gets... Jam. Well, I'm trying to be fair, and I'm not, because I know I hate it because every single time you go on a panel like that, then they let like 20 other people up there to attack you. So I don't like that stuff. I don't play like that. I do one-on-ones. No, like 3-on-1. You know, that shit's not fair. I mean, yeah, it would be 2-on-1 basically, but I will keep quiet. She went in Tiffany Marie's. Some evil comments in her chat. Yeah, I don't know what. Not gonna waste my time going on her panel. I'll get 3 words out and she'll throw me off. Yeah. There's the offers there if she wants to. She just knows that, for one, I'm not going to go on her panel and I don't watch her. So she knows that I'm not. She knows I don't go on anybody's. I'm not someone on anybody's panel anymore these days. Used to back in the day. But I don't get summoned. Now I'll go on people's panels, yes, if they invite me, but I'm not going to be summoned and demanded to come up on panel like just because when Crystal feels like it. I'm just saying right now I'm here and we are both live, or we're both obviously have the time because Crystal's live too. So just saying right now might be a good time if she wanted to talk and put out why she's so hell-bent on certain things and how come it's okay for her to put her theories out there about Fred and shit, but we can't mention Marlena Crawford or David Britt or what's some of the other ones that she had a problem with. She's not getting out of her bed for anything less than 10,000. I don't care. I don't care enough to hear from her for that. Not even to pay her freaking $10 or 10 cents. She's saying he's the number one suspect. And maybe in her crazy mind, but just because she says it doesn't make it so. Like, just because I say Andy Bernard's the number one suspect does not make it so. You see, I think much more logically than... She's just not a logically thinking person. She must be getting paid well for being on her... Oh my God. I'll give her 20 cents to ring someone like it. That's not even enough, Jackie, for a freaking... That's not even enough for a payphone call. I mean, do they even have payphones anymore? Last time I remember it was $0.25. 2 cups white rice, small can tomato sauce, half sliced onion, cilantro, garlic, tomato flavor Nor. What's that? What's tomato flavor Nor? Hold on, let me look that up. Tomato flavor Nor. I've heard that brand. You mean tomato bouillon with chicken flavor? Oh, hold on. She's defending the real suspects, right? So it must be chicken. tomato with chicken flavoring. Because I don't see any just tomato. Yeah, that's exactly. She sent me a picture. Okay. That's like, yeah, if you want to send me the ingredients to the other stuff, the albondigas, I don't know. I'm not much of a soup person. Maybe Fred is. Or stew, that looks like a, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like the consistency looks more like a soup. She lived in, I don't know where Crystal lives. Oh, wait, I think I do know. Well, no, I don't. I'm not sure where she lives, but it's not really important. So is she involved with Summer's disappearance? I don't know. Why is she trying to cover for the suspects? The real suspects, she does seem to do that, but she doesn't try to cover. She does go after Andy too, it seems like. Well, I don't know about going after him, but she was questioning him, like some good questions in chat. And I was happy about that because Andy, his answers didn't make sense. I like casserole too, Jam. She won't even acknowledge that it's Jam calling her over. Of course, she's going to make it's going to be about, because if she says it's me, then nobody cares. I don't know. You're becoming famous these days, Jam. I mean, well, I mean, you know Fred. Chastity will send Ziggy a recipe book, yeah. You might want to watch out whose people's names you put in chat, because we have crazies that watch. Is she a supporter of Dawn and Candace? Is Crystal a supporter? And is she suspicious of Jody Sue still or not? I don't know. It's weird to me that she's so hard. I'm trying to see why she feels the way. Now, I don't, but without having to watch her, why is she so freaking hell-bent on a Fred of all people? It's just, I don't know. It's strange. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to go. And I am going to go on, I'm going to go on read cards later, but I'm going to go real quick and mow the lawn before it rains tomorrow. I got to get it out of the way. It'll make me get some exercise too. Andy is another Chris Proudfoot. Let's see here. I can't believe time is kind of going by slow but fast but slow. My email is youtubeziggy@outlook.com. Spelled out. Nightbot will put it up here in a second. Yeah, she was just mad because she messaged you and she just thought that I somehow was controlling you from talking to her, and that was not the case. It was she started messaging and trying to talk shit about her opinion about me and Fred to Fred, like, and he doesn't care what she thinks about our relationship or how her feelings on me. Like, he doesn't care either way what you think, so you don't have to explain anything to him. Ask your questions and move along. It's about to rain like a pouring piss out of a boot. Strong as a unit. Moved to Tennessee. I'm hoping I don't have to do that. It'd be much easier it's much, much better if he came up here. Just to get him out of that area, and everything's established up here. And I lied to Laura about what? See what I mean? She just makes up stuff. They imagine this stuff in their head of how they think things went down, and then they just put it out there. Like, it's okay for her to do that and put out random stuff that she thinks is true about my personal life. But she has a problem with me mentioning David Britt. It doesn't work like that. Definitely never lied to Laura. Ever. I did try it with Laura. I think something just isn't right with her. I know. She's just wanting attention. I already know. And I shouldn't have even responded, and I say that every time that I shouldn't respond. Well, we gave her a chance, Jim, and I'm just, I don't care enough to respond or to go on her panel, is what she doesn't understand. She's the one that cares and wants these answers, or coming up with all these like crazy theories. Then she needs to do the work and come over here. I'm not going on her panel to just willingly help her out on some misinformation she's putting out there. I just don't care enough. And nobody watches her enough to make me really care about what she puts out there. Even if she did have a huge following, I wouldn't care either. I don't care. I'm just letting you guys know the truth. And she can believe what she wants. No rain here in Greenwood. Well, I'm hoping no more. It showed that it was going to rain. I'm hoping it's going to hold out so I can just go ahead and I'm going to go out there and mow while I feel like it. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to everybody later.